All right, the Forgotten server did not last very long. It lasted longer than you might have thought, but it didn't last very long. The reason being, the snapshot was too unstable, and we only played for probably 3 weeks before it got to a point where doing literally anything whatsoever made the server unplayably laggy. Even if everybody logged out, you'd come back and it would just still be laggy. Go to new areas. What am I doing? Go to new areas, whatever you want. It was unplayably laggy. So we're back on the the world that we called it a finale on. We retired it, so we're back with we've got our full sets of gear, all of our crazy farms and stuff like that. And I've got like a renewed sense of oomph for Minecraft pre-cave update. I played the cave update a fair bit, or the snapshots, of course, and I'm sure it will be great when it comes out. It sucks right now. The caves are cool and that's it. Everything else is kind of horribly unbalanced and unstable and buggy, and that's typical for snapshots. It's not like there's anything unexpected about that. It just more so than we realized at first when we started playing that update. It would be one thing if it just wasn't going to be getting like updates on the snapshot like we expected, and then another for it to be so unstable we can't play. And so as excited I was to do that whole Forgotten server thing and deal with the challenges that come from that. I think we definitely need to retire it, put that pipe dream to rest, and probably won't go to the like the crazy caves until the actual update. Now I think we're gonna wait and just play whatever the most updated version of Minecraft is again, because this was too much. So what I'm doing right now is I'm starting a new project for this world. Obviously, I feel like that couldn't have been clearer, but in case it wasn't, we're starting a new project for this world, and I am going to build my own crazy cool cave, because that's how excited I was to play. Let's do that. To play the cave with cool caves and make my really cool cave base. I'll be ahead of the game for the crazy cave base, but unfortunately, that will mean when the update actually releases, I will be not doing a cave base. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I do have other ideas for what I do for other cave bases, but this one, I think I've got something really unique in mind for what we're going to do here, and I'm very excited to show it to you. It's a very, very, very modified version of what I was going to do on the snapshot world. A kind of like brief, very quick hint at what I was leaning for. I was going to get a lot of honeycombs, and I was going to get a lot of copper, and I was going to use the honeycombs to make that copper stay nice and orange. And it was going to be in a very large open cave, and that is your one smallish hint for the vibe I was going for. This will be different. I think for this world we're going to go with a different block palette, but a comparable theme. A kind of like similar source of inspiration, and it's going to look really good, I still believe. I'm going to miss Deep Slate. That was going to be a really big crutch, I think, for what I had planned for certain structures. But we'll make do with what we've got for sure. I'd even toyed around with like getting like a texture pack. But as usual, I was unable to find a texture pack I did not hate with all of my life. So right now I'm going to dig out a huge cave here and then kind of terraform it, as you see what I've done here, as we go down. Oh, hang on. Let's fill that in properly. So the plan is dig a couple layers, slap in some roof and some cave edging, expand width whenever available, because if we go just over here a couple blocks, we go to the swamp. So once we get kind of underneath this layer, though, we'll be good to go and kind of unleash the width. And for now, we're just doing the starting thing. So yeah, welcome to the Not Forgotten server. This is just Minecraft 1.16.5. Whoopee. All right, so I've spent the last few hours working on our custom cave, and it's definitely coming along. And I'm really quite pleased with the way it's coming along. We went from basically a rectangle from about this height down to about this height, from about there to there, and you kind of see the edge there to there, and then kind of shaved it all down. This is about 3 hours, I'd say, for rounding out, adding some texture to the ceiling, and then digging it down to 58 from like 66. So it feels And, like, it's a huge difference, but I've still got so much more to dig. I'm not going to dig all the way down to bedrock doing this, but we're going to go pretty darn deep to give us as big of a cave area to work with. I want to start making it get wider a fair bit quicker than this. So you see things kind of like speeding up in our curving outward at this point. But not too much. It's not going to get a whole lot wider than this, I don't think, but certainly wider by some margins. I don't want to spoil too much what I have kind of envisioned for this, but it definitely has the correct vibe so far. So this is 1 days of progress. I estimate we probably got another 2 or 3 days of this before we've got kind of like the blank canvas to start building the base into it, but we're getting there. All right, so we've made some really good progress on digging our big hole. If you're wondering what the big hole looked like, here is so far the big hole. It looks much larger once you're inside of it, actually, and you realize the size. We've still got a lot more to do, but I'm kind of ready to go work on something else for a little bit, kind of clear the palette of mining for 50 zillion hours straight. This took a really long time, but it's dope. It's coming along super cool and looks, I don't know about natural, but awesome at least, which is the goal. So what I'm starting now is I'm going to make some more infrastructure. I didn't realize until we played on that previous world where we were going to do on the update, where basically our experience infrastructure is very, very poor. So over here, I'm going to build a automatic potato and carrot farm. That'll work when we're AFKing the iron farm and the bone meal farm. And I'm also going to make a bunch of farmers that will sell me emeralds for 1 potato, 1 carrot, 1 melon, 1 pumpkin each. And then there's some other stuff we're going to do there, but that's step 1, I think. So that one really big step of a huge potato and carrot farm, really big, planning it to be quite substantial. And then I want to have, I think, 16 farmers that do that, so I can get a really substantial amount of emeralds in 1 day, per day. And also, of course, obviously, the experience from that. So what I need to do first on this, I kind of made a half start, and it was a big, horrible experience. My zombie here died. Don't worry about it. So this guy's going to go on the farm because he doesn't have pumpkins. This guy is going to be one of my trading guys because he does have pumpkins. That's the only one I can't control and guarantee is pumpkins. I have to get a new zombie, and then what I want to do is attach this rail system to like a secondary optional holding thing, so it'll come probably like even just around here actually, so I can do that for any direction, where I pick the villager's job, make sure he has the trades I want, and then send him either to... Why would I ever send him here? I don't understand what the function of that location is. Where I send him... Also, this one doesn't matter, because I think this one is for what? That was that hall, so I still want to have this. And then the only other... Oh, I thought I had one that went straight to the portal. Apparently I do not. So I'm going to build a kind of like holding thing here where I can pick their job and then send them on into this. And of course, we also need to get a new zombie because I had an incident. So that is what we're working on at the moment. Substantial. Yeah, I pooped on the floor. That's me. Thank you. Okay, so in the interest of making things look cool and good, we've stylized the bottom of this carrot farm. Honestly, because like to place it so that it does this squiggle, you have to like basically every block you have to do a 180 to make it, you know, do that. And it's sick. It's sick. But wow, is that annoying. And I have to do it again for the potato farm I'm going to put over there. But it came out super good. Now I just have to actually put in so like walls going up there, stuff like that. The villagers, obviously, including the guy here, and then a thing to collect the carrots. But I think this is the bulk of the work it ended up being, so that's good. Glad we achieved that. I'm gonna record a clip for this to show YouTube how awful this is, and convince them that I deserve all of the attention for this build. It's just so hard. And then once you get it, like once you kind of like grab the rhythm, you can kind of do like one of the sides without too much difficulty, just 180ing over and over again. But it's so disorienting, it's so annoying. And then I think, there we go. There we go. Oh my gosh, look at him go. This is this is content. It's awful. I honestly, I don't think I'll survive if I do anything like this after this project. I'm gonna explicitly avoid this. I just realized I haven't showed YouTube this at all whatsoever. What's happening? No. What just happened? I didn't put the first guy in. Okay, this is a bit of a problem. It's mostly done though. Oh, what an awful sound. I've got this villager trading hall I'm working on. Each one of these guys will sell us potatoes and carrots or buy from potatoes and carrots for. You stop that! Where are you going? What do you think you're doing? You hooligans. Okay, so that's okay. Can I? No. Of course not. What the heck? So what happened is I brought the last guy over before I'd actually fully parked the guy that was there. Beautiful. I love this. I'm so happy that this is happening at the very end of this. Yeah, and you can't really push it when there's two in them. It's very difficult. Wow. Yes, good. Let's do this, and then I'm just gonna do this, and then I'll let you know when I get them. Hang on, just 1 second here. Okay, so first things first. Oh. Interesting. He got out somehow. Even better. I love a good mystery. Okay. You're in there now. That's what matters. Now, if I do get out of the way, please. Everybody should have their own thing. And this infrastructure is done. So while I was doing this, of course, I've already got melon and pumpkin production at my main base, kind of in ridiculous quantities. What I spent the day doing, other than that, obviously, which I did, I built that as well, and spent the day infecting and curing villagers over and over and over and over, is I added the potato farm. So this is only potatoes. That one over there is only carrots. I've slightly moved our AFK spot, and the collection system is here. It has not been running like at all. Potatoes, of course, built secondarily, so we should hopefully see some potatoes come through here. Really, like start to come through. Even now, they could be throwing them to him, although I can't really see what's going on up there, so I don't know. I don't know if they're even at that. No, so these guys aren't even close enough to throw to him. Hey Bibs, welcome back. Are you on break or? Yes, nobody's even. Oh, he could do it. Choose to throw him potatoes. Use your free will to give him. Yes, I saw it happen. Potatoes fell down. Great, potato farm works. We today have spent a few hours just moving these guys over. We now have 8 clerics. I haven't traded with them yet, but they've all been cured once, so I can get enchanted bottles from them for 1 emerald each. What made it take so long is first we had to build our gold road. It doesn't quite have its finished supports yet, or light, like the permanent light solution. So we built the gold road so we could, bring them over. And then here we had to build... Oh, I'm not wearing my electric. Excuse me. I also had to build a way to get them from the village to over here. So we have this railway and arm thingy, probably pretty hard to see at night, but there it is. And it goes all the way over to our village, where moving the villagers went completely flawlessly. There was not a single issue moving them. It was just a matter of, creating the roadway, which took a while. But now they're there, and I don't really have any immediate need for more villagers, because we've got the farmers down there, the clerics down there. I'm going to consider other villagers later on, but for now, that's our main objectives for villagers covered fantastically. Oh yes, Bibbs would like me to show the bone meal collection. What the heck? Who on earth And where... Oh, I see. He just was in there. The dark spot. Well, let's lighten that up. So, bone meal collection. We have some bone meal. We made this ages ago. And it's... Where are they? Oh, they're here. Okay. Bibbs packed it all up. We had a full... This was full completely. Oh, he moved it. Wow. That was a lot of bone meal already. This was completely full of shulkers full of bone meal. Which, Oh, dang. Okay, he said he filled me in. I didn't realize there were that many shulkers. Sick. So lots and lots of bone meal. What else to show? More bone meal. My, potato and carrots. I haven't spent a whole lot of time AFKing it just yet, unfortunately. A little bit. We got, some potatoes, some carrots. And then I've got a fair bit of emerald already that I traded for as well. Which I think I'm storing currently in here. Yeah. So, updates. We're doing really well. We're moving at a really, really good pace. And I'm going to be able to spend a lot more time on the hole again. The cave base we started over here. Because now we don't have to worry about experience anymore. So we've got really good experience production again. Which was the reason we went back to doing villager stuff. Was because I was like, man, my XP is kind of mob-based, so I'd rather, you know, trade and be able to get it at my base. So, we are now doing great for experience, and can resume digging the big hole downward, and then making more rooms, because now we've got our very first room here. For these guys. And of course, I'll stylize it and stuff, make it look better, but that's it for now. Alright, what have I been up to, you may be wondering? Yes, me too. I too wonder what I've been up to and why. So I've finished digging this down as deep as I'm gonna go. To basically all the way to bedrock. Yep, it took an insanely long amount of time. From about this point onward, we were doing about 45 minutes per layer. From about this point onward, we were closer towards an hour per layer. The last few runs around I did, a layer here, I've been doing 2 blocks at a time per layer. So not quite that insanely long. But the last few, I don't know, last 2 or 3 were about an hour, 10, hour 20 per 2. With the biggest problem being I had to come back every so often to, oh, I still have stuff in that, to, like fix my pickaxe and unload ores and stone. So after I did that, I then had Danny and Vibs, both help me to torch basically the entire area anywhere between here and my base, my existing base. Like spawning radius wise. So there's just torches everywhere. It's a very torched up area, very safe now. The only threat would be phantoms. And we got lots and lots of ore. Take a peek at this. Look at all this. Most of this coal I'd say came from that dig. I'd say at least both of those are from the dig. And then I got just over 2 stacks of diamond ore, which isn't that much, but considering I actually did some tunnel mining through this exact location a while back, you know, that's still plenty. I'm definitely not upset about the diamond yield. And then, you know, inconsequential amount of lapis, because lapis is actually very rare. Which a lot of people I don't think realize how rare it is, because you get so much of it per ore, but the ore itself is quite hard to get. And then the other thing that's going to be interesting to see is I had less than a stack of emerald before I'd started that. I was like 48 or 50 or something like that. So that was a lot of emerald ore now here, if you hadn't already seen. Very worthwhile if you ask me. Now, I don't want your mutton. Get out of here. So the next thing I've got to do is I need to get a whole bunch of blackstone. Like a lot of blackstone. So I'm hoping that if I go over to the gold farm that we have, that also has a little bit of a piglin bartering thing automatically set up. I'm hoping that if I get over there, it'll just have the blackstone I need. That is a big hope. So let's give this a quick flyover. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build the bottom area of the cave up to the way I want it to be, and then I can go start finally making rooms and machines, which does entail more digging. Oh, and if you're wondering, items mined, 523,000 total stone mined so far. I'm at about 36,000 torches placed. We're moving. All right, so fingers crossed for Blackstone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I estimate we'll need at least 6 shulkers of Blackstone to do what I want. It's quite likely going to be even more, but here's hoping. So, if I were Blackstone, oh my gosh. Oh, look at this gravel. Oh, that's incredible. String, quartz. Oh, okay, there's no Blackstone problem. That is, that is an incredible feeling. I was actually really worried about that, so really great that I do not have to worry about Blackstone. Even if we need more than 6 shulker boxes, we are set. That's so much. Oh, wowee. So what the idea is I'm going to make the lower part of that cave an area where mobs don't spawn. And it's also dark all the time. I don't want it to be lit by any torches from above either. So it's like, you know, the deep dark part, as if we had Deep Slate there. So I'm going to go get started on that, and I'll update you when I've made some decent progress through that.